Star Bulletin, to save the Star Bulletin. I left that out. You know, if I put everything in, this memo would have been longer than Bill Clinton's, which is like 900 something pages. So I left that out, and I think maybe there were some personal things that I left out. Yeah. You know, wait, I got to introduce my cousin. I haven't seen her for a very long time. Nani? There's a photo in the book that shows me and my cousin and my grandmother. And she's the smallest one. She was the youngest at that time. Okay, any other questions? Where? Yes.
How are you spending your retirement years, and is there another project after your book?
You know, I struggled to write this book. It took over 3 years, you know. Maybe George says it took more than 4 years. Anyway, I don't. But I kind of enjoyed writing, and I think I'd like to take try my hand at writing a novel, a historical novel. I've learned that the hardest thing to write is nonfiction, and you know, in a novel you can make up anything. So. I thought I saw Judge King here. Is Judge King here? Where? Oh, Judge Samuel King. Judge King, one of the most highly respected judges, not only in the federal government, but also in the state. And Professor Randy Roth wrote Broken Trust, and Professor Roth reviewed my chapters on the Bishop Estate, so I feel if there are any errors, we have to share the blame. Oh, thanks, Randy. Okay, anyone else? Yes.
Governor, did you keep a diary, or did you write this whole thing from memory?
No, you know, that's my regret. I didn't keep a diary, but what I did was Mike Fish of the Advertiser offered to open up the Advertiser's archives, you know, and that helped because as I went back and I started reading, things came back to me, and then I talked to people who were involved maybe in the incident or in the story. The Star Bulletin also has a wonderful archive. You can go back to 1996 online, I think it is. And as I read those stories, the thing came back to me. There were some stories that I wouldn't have remembered unless someone prompted me. And one was by the stories that I wrote and I attributed to my Aunt Rachel. She told me a lot about my mother that I hadn't. That I've forgotten. And of course, my brother, he and I had long talks. Anyone else? Okay. I see some former members of my cabinet here. There's Sam Khalil. Sam, thanks for coming. And Don Clegg, who was one of the pollsters in my 1998 election. Don, thanks for coming.
Charlie Taguchi.
Oh, Charlie Taguchi. Charlie Taguchi ran my 94 and 98 campaign. Say something about him. There's a lot about him in the book.
And I wish you didn't mention that.
Oh no, listen, I had to, we did the A+ program together, and it wouldn't have happened if Charlie was not the superintendent of education. So with that, anyone else? Is that Dr. Cadman in the back there? Ed Cadman, former dean of the UH Medical School, one of the most dedicated public servants that I ever met. And the new medical school that's in Kahala right now, it's state of the art. It's in a wonderful setting. Would not have happened had Ed Cadman not inspired me, and at that time UH President Ken Mortimer. When we talked to him, he's really an inspiring person, and he laid out his vision, and it's there today. So, Doc, congratulations. Okay, I must have missed. Who's that? Oh, Senator Healy. Clayton, he was one of maybe the sole voice of reason on the OR panel for a time. Thanks for coming. Okay, Anyone else?
Gil
Where is it?
Hi.
Oh, newly appointed State Representative Gil Agaran was part of my cabinet. Gil, thank you for coming. I had a wonderful cabinet, incidentally. I probably missed some of them, in the audience, but, interestingly, today you hear, talk about the legislature foregoing pay raises and all that, how wonderful of them. My cabinet didn't get a pay raise for 8 years, and I told them, you work for me, it's unlikely you're going to get a pay raise. And most of those folks gave up good jobs, but they came on because they were successful and they felt they owed the state and the community something.
Neil is here.
Oh, okay, Neil.
Late was here.
Neil Abercrombie's here. Neil wrote the preface to my memoir, and he's a gifted writer. You just have to read it, and I don't know what else to say except thank you, Neil. Thank you.
I'm late because there's so many cars. Back up on the H1, they're all coming for you.
So, thank you, Congressman, for coming. Yeah. Okay, any questions? If not, then maybe we should start. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.